taking the strength survey, encouraging him to follow through with his plans to attend a professional school. And he begins to doubt himself. He reminds himself that the computer told him that he has the strength to pursue his dreams. But they were really surprised how people quickly started to use the language of strengths. So they came up with idea actually making wallet-sized card, which lists the character strengths, so people can always carry in their wallet, in a pocket, and then they can keep reminding themselves the strengths they have, and they found it actually amazing. Actually, people even during conversation and during playing session, people always refer to that actually the strengths card.
Yeah, the first sentence of this article is, "What's in your wallet?" And I don't have much of an attention span, but an article that starts that way, "What's in your wallet?" you got to read the second sentence. So that advice to all the students here: have a killer first sentence. I guess in a song it's called the hook, and this was a great hook. That's okay. Very briefly, we've thought a lot about this, and we're starting to actually finally do it. We're moving from our data into the field. We're working in schools. We're working in businesses. We're working in the military. Maybe even prisons. Those are the large institutions.
Actually, the other setting we are very surprised. The healthcare setting. So we are studying actually probably one of the largest scale study looking at identifying emerging character strengths pretty much a regular base, and then whether that lead to reduce of the healthcare premium in the entire state, actually Vermont, among teachers.
But we've got a simple, well, it's not simple. We've got a thought-out strategy. The first is to introduce the vocabulary, and here is where the VIA project is useful because it provides a vocabulary. We have classroom exercises where we get people talking in these terms. We ask people to identify their own strengths, to describe them to others, and then we say just do it, although just doing it is a process. You have to choose your target strength. This is just good old cognitive behavior therapy. Choose your target strength, operationalize it, if you will, in terms of concrete behaviors. It's not enough to say, I'm going to be a kinder person. No, I'm going to say hello to everybody at work the first time I see them. I'm going to inquire how they're doing, and then I'm going to actually listen to what they say, and if they need help, I will render it to them. That's behavioral, that's hard work. People who study goal setting, you probably know this, they disparagingly talk about DYB goals, do your best. I'll try really hard to lose weight. Well, forget it, you're not going to lose weight. You're going to lose 2 pounds this week, 3 pounds the next week. You're going to hard, specific goals. That's how you go along. We've been persuaded that feedback is critical, journaling is important, and also practice. This may be a 1 hour and 5 minute talk. This doesn't suffice to change anybody's character. Weekend workshops won't work. That's the 4 W's. Weekend workshops won't work. It's practice. It's a good start, but then the hard work begins.
Yeah, I would also like to add that actually role model and mentoring is also critical, the part of this cultivating character strengths.
Yeah. And related to this, other people matter. Recognize the strengths of others. The journey to character development is not a selfish not a selfish journey. Recognize the strengths of others.
So if you come back to after lunchtime, we can share the specific exercise actually we do.
Yeah.
And then identify your strengths is actually one way to identify using character strengths, whatever the surveys out there. But there's or other way to actually identify strengths also.
We're always looking for poster children, and we think maybe Rosie the Riveter from World War II would be a good poster child for all of this. And what we really want to emphasize, this is our emphasis, we can do it. She's not saying I can do it. She's saying we can do it. Other people matter. This is not self-efficacy. It's not selfish efficacy. This is group efficacy. We can kind of do it, okay?
In fact, the cultivating character strengths, it is much more effective when you do together. And there's a mentor, there's a role model, and then there's a group of people actually do it together.
Conclusions. Character has important consequences. It's useful, necessary to view character in multidimensional terms, and there are all sorts of benefits that ensue from identifying and using character strengths.
Whenever I talk about character strengths and virtues in college setting, my students were saying that that's moral issues, that's ethical issues that belong to scholarly books and scholarly conversation. But our research is showing that it is practical, and sometimes right thing is a smart thing to do. And our founding father, Thomas Jefferson said, wrote that happiness is a goal of life, but virtue is a foundation, is happiness. And 200 years later, our leader remind us that character and virtues, good character and virtues do matter, especially in a difficult time like this.
For as much as government can do and must do, it is ultimately the faith and determination of the American people upon which this nation relies. It is the kindness to take in a stranger when the levees break, the selflessness of workers who would rather cut their hours than see a friend lose their job, which sees us through our darkest hours. It is the firefighter's courage to storm a stairway filled with smoke, but also a parent's willingness to nurture a child that finally decides